Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Westmoreland police released photos of two men wanted for murder. The Westmoreland police have listed and released the photos of two men who are wanted for a murder committed on Hudson Street in the parish on Monday, January 11. The suspects are Mark Watson and Delmar Cunningham, otherwise called Ratty, both of Hudson Street. Reports are that the deceased 62-year-old Delroy Grant had a dispute with Cunningham, during which Cunningham was trapped. No report was made to the police. It's alleged that Cunningham, Watson, and two other men went to Grant's home about 7:45 a.m. on January 11 and attacked Grant using pieces of iron, a machete, and a hammer. The police were summoned and Grant taken to hospital, where he succumbed to his injuries on Sunday, January 17. On Monday, February 8, the police conducted operations in the Hudson Street area, during which 22-year-old Ricardo Bailey, otherwise called Holoman, and 32-year-old Tristan Daly were arrested. They were both charged with murder in relation to the incident on Saturday, February 13, following interviews. Their court dates are being finalized. Meanwhile, the police are urging Watson and Cunningham to turn themselves into the Savannah Lamar police immediately. Anyone knowing the whereabouts of the two men are asked to call the Savannah Lamar police at 876-955-2758, Police 119 emergency number, or the nearest police station. Citizens are also reminded that it is an offense to harbor a fugitive. One tablet per child program gets huge boost from Jamaicans in U.S. Government on Tuesday received 1,202 tablets from the Jamaican Community and Friends of Jamaica in the United States, making it the largest contribution toward the drive to equip needy children with learning devices since the initiative was launched last October. The One Laptop or Tablet per Child initiative was launched by Minister of Education, Youth and Information, Fayval Williams, as the country sought to equip students with devices to participate in the mixed modality of teaching and learning, which became necessary during the COVID-19 pandemic. Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, Kamina Johnson-Smith, in her remarks at the handover, said the contribution of the devices was as a result of efforts of Consul General to New York, Alson Wilson, who secured the support of the Jamaican community and mobilized resources for the purchase of the devices at discounted rates. At times such as these, when all countries are facing similar challenges and all children are challenged, these donations are even more appreciated for the thoughtfulness of the donors and the extension of the spirit of charity across borders, Johnson-Smith said. Williams said Jamaican Community and Friends of Jamaica in the United States had responded affirmatively and enthusiastically to the appeal for the devices, which made the donation possible. We have heard stories of students crying for not being able to be engaged in learning online. We are even more delighted to hear that more devices are on the way, she said. According to an advisor from the Education Ministry, the One Laptop or One Tablet per Child initiative seeks to engage stakeholders in partnerships to assist with the provision of appropriate devices. The advisory said the government of Jamaica is providing an estimated 148,000 students on the program for advancement through health and education path with devices. However, an additional estimated 100,000 students still require laptops or tablets to effectively participate in electronic learning. These students are not on path but are considered needy and vulnerable, as we risk leaving them behind academically, the Education Ministry said. Huge sums being invested in security plan, but gangs still murder us. Despite billions of dollars having been spent so far on the government security plan, dubbed Plan Secure Jamaica, National Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang says gang activities continue to create roadblocks to the reduction of homicides. Plan Secure Jamaica is expected to cost the government over $176 billion overall, according to Chang. While speaking during an update on the National Consensus on Crime hosted by the Crime Management and Oversight Community, CMOC, last week, Chang explained that more than $40 billion has been spent in the area of capital investment. When asked why significant results were not being achieved in tackling crime, especially murders, despite the massive spend, Chang laid the blame squarely at the feet of warring gang members. The pathology of homicides will not allow you to have sharp drops in murder due to normal policing in short term. The gangs are embedded in communities which have first, second, third generation personalities, he asserted. While not identifying the criminal organization in his focus, Chang bolstered his point by citing the example of a gang in a particular parish that he said the security forces have beheaded or dismantled. The top leadership of the gang is incarcerated, and maybe over 50 of their senior leadership are also incarcerated, he said, adding that several gang members have been killed, some in combat with the security forces and some in internal conflicts. The result of that is that they are split into 3 or 4 groups which are fighting each other, and therefore homicides continue in that area, he added. Chang said the police will continue to be active in their crime-fighting efforts with the support of the Jamaica Defence Force (JDF), a strategy which he said has resulted in a reduction of murders. Meanwhile, Chang, who is also the Deputy Prime Minister, added that Secure Jamaica was designed in 2016 as the government very early on accepted that security was a priority. The projected expenditure for the plan will require billions of dollars to be spent in additional areas comprising justice, anti-corruption, and social reforms. The projected expenditure required for the execution of this planning is in the region of $176 billion in capital. That does not include the current expenses, which are the staffing and the various institutional change we have, some of which will have significant impact on expenditure, such as taking the JCF up to a membership of 14,000, he elaborated. A significant amount of the more than $40 billion that has been spent so far has been directed to the social transformative side of the security plan through Jamaica Social Investment Fund (JSIF), Chang indicated. He also reported that the area of justice had a significant allocation of funds, while the upcoming budget should see the anti-corruption agencies being allocated billions of dollars this year. 3 more COVID deaths in Jamaica, total cases surpass 20,000. The Ministry of Health and Wellness is reporting that Jamaica recorded 3 more COVID-19 deaths on Tuesday. The deceased are a 94-year-old male from Westmoreland, a 74-year-old male from St. Catherine, and a 59-year-old male also from St. Catherine, whose death was previously under investigation. The casualties bring the overall coronavirus death toll in Jamaica to 381. There were, however, 5 other deaths, including COVID-19 patients, that are under investigation, and another 2 classified as coincidental. In the meantime, the country recorded 243 new COVID-19 cases from 1,046 samples and 51 recoveries on the day. The 243 newly confirmed cases bring the total number of cases on record for the island to 20,016, while the 51 recoveries mean that 12,735 persons have now recovered from the virus in Jamaica. Of the newly confirmed cases, 129 are females and 110 are males, while the gender classification in 4 cases are awaiting confirmation. Ages range from 38 days to 94 years. The cases were recorded in St. James 60, Kingston and St. Andrew 52, Clarendon 21, St. Catherine 19, St. Thomas 19, Trelawney 15, Manchester 15, St. Elizabeth 15, St. Anne 8, Westmoreland 6, Hanover 6, Portland 4, and St. Mary 3. There are 21 moderately ill patients and 23 critically ill patients among the 6,696 active cases now under observation in Jamaica. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.